everyone, welcome to Story Time. We are currently reading The Adventures of Lily and Hudson by Rebeccah Giltrow, and that's me, and I was very excited to share my stories with you, so I hope you enjoy them. This is my dog Lily, and she's in this book, and her friend Hudson, and this is about all the adventures that they have. And I hope I can show you Lily one day, but she is very camera shy, but hopefully one day she'll pop in and she can say hello to everybody. So let's read chapter 3 from the book. Lily and Hudson go boom. Hudson, whee! Lily, boom! Get upstairs now, shouted their Newmans. Hudson, did our Newman say something? Asked Lily, looking up from a bone she was munching on. Hudson said nothing. He was hiding behind the sofa with his eyes closed and his paws covering his ears. Lily jumped onto the arm of the sofa and knocked a cushion onto Hudson's head. He opened one eye and, whee! Closed it again. Boom! That boom startled Lily, and she fell off the sofa and landed with a thump on Hudson's back. But Hudson didn't move. Lily poked her nose between Hudson's paw and ear. "What's going on, Hudson?" she asked, puzzled. The wheeze and booms had appeared to stop for a moment, and Hudson slowly opened his eyes. "What's going on?" Lily repeated. "Fireworms," Hudson muttered, shaking his head. "Fireworms?" questioned Lily. But before Hudson could explain, the Newmans were shooing them out of the living room, upstairs and into the spare bedroom. The Newman shut the curtains and half-closed the door. Hudson scurried down the side of the bed and resumed his hiding behind the sofa position. "Hudson," Lily demanded, "what is going on, and what are fireworms?" "Look out of the window, but be careful," Hudson said cautiously. Lily bounded up onto the bed, then gracefully leapt from the edge of the bed onto the windowsill. She burrowed her head through the gap in the curtain and peered outside. It was very dark, so she couldn't see much until she heard a whee, followed by a boom, and an explosion of light filled the sky. Lily gasped, fell backwards, bounced off the edge of the bed and fell onto Hudson. She then clambered down and snuggled up next to him with her eyes closed and her paws covering her ears. "I saw a fireworm, Hudson," Lily replied. Lily whispered. "It slithered up through the sky, wriggling and wiggling its way up until it boomed apart and sent sparkles floating down. I don't like fireworms." Silence followed, but both Lily and Hudson remained on the floor until they heard a door creak open and a pad, pad, pad across the carpet. Lily and Hudson then felt a lump squish in between them, nudging them from side to side. Lily opened one eye, turned her head, and saw a giant ball of fur lying half on her back and half on Hudson's. "Chatty, is that you?" Lily asked. Muffled, Chatty replied. "Might be." "What are you doing in here?" Lily asked, squirming free from Chatty's weight. "And more importantly, how did you get in here?" "Well," Chatty exclaimed while making himself comfortable on the floor, "I was getting a bit scared wandering around outside tonight with all those fireworms exploding in the sky. They are so loud and boomy. Every time one burst in the sky, I jumped out of my fur. I was walking past your house and one of your Newmans had opened the door to take some rubbish to the bin, so I quickly ran past them and up the stairs and sniffed you out hiding in here." By this time, Hudson had sat up and was concentrating more on Chatty than the noises outside. "I hope you don't mind if I stay up here with you," Chatty continued. "I just don't fancy trying to walk home tonight on my own. Not that I'm scared or anything. I just thought I'd check on you and stay with you and make sure that you weren't scared." "That's not what you said a minute ago," Lily laughed. "Yes, well, anyway," said Chatty, a bit flustered. "What have you been doing?" "Hiding," grumbled Hudson. "So if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to it." Whee! All three of them dove to the floor and shut their eyes tightly. Boom! And they covered their ears with their paws. After a while, Chatty sat up, and even though there were some faint booms in the distance... I'll read that again. I wrote this line. Read it wrong. After a while, Chatty sat up, even though there were some faint booms in the distance. "Hey, Hudson," he said, poking him in the side. "Lily, think about it. The fireworms are all the way out there," and he gestured towards the window. and we're all in here. The fireworms can't get us. Lily tipped her head to one side and thought about it. But the wheeze and booms come in here, she said after a moment. True, but we can be brave, Chatty said, and when the fireworks explode, they look so pretty with all the lights and sparkles. Don't you want to see it properly? Just once? Lily thought about it. She had seen one fireworm, and she did think the sparkles were pretty. If we all look together, Lily murmured, we won't be so scared. Of course not, said Chatty enthusiastically, but Hudson did not look so easily convinced. Come on, Hudson, just one, all three of us together. It'll be fine, Chatty continued. Please, Hudson, begged Lily. Not wanting to upset everyone, Hudson agreed. He pulled open the curtains and they sat side by side on the bed looking out of the window. Waiting in anticipation, the room was silent. Outside the window, the world was dark. Quietly, Hudson and Lily and Chatty began chanting, We are brave, we are brave, we are brave, until whee! And Hudson threw himself down onto the floor, shut his eyes and covered his ears with his paws. Chatty looked at Lily and they both continued, We are brave, we are brave, until boom! When they both threw themselves down next to Hudson on the floor. The wheeze and booms carried on for quite a while, but they'd all made themselves comfortable on the floor and fell asleep, realising that they weren't perhaps as brave as they'd hoped. But they didn't mind. There we go. That's the third chapter from my book, The Adventures of Lily and Hudson. Listen in tomorrow at 2:00 and I will continue reading some more from this book. So hopefully I will see you all then. Bye-bye.